Hello everyone. I'm Minu, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Christu Jayanti Deemed to be University, Bengaluru. In today's session, we will be having a discussion on Shakespeare's language, which is based on the chapter 1 of Sean McEvoy's Shakespeare the Basics. So, in this today's short session, we will explore why Shakespeare can feel difficult and how his language works and the simple ways to make his plays accessible. First of all, we should understand that Shakespeare wasn't writing his plays for solitary silent readers. He wrote his plays for live performance. That means the language that is shaped for actors and for the noisy audiences that he had. Rhythms, repetition, and memorable phrases that was used to make meaning clear in that particular moment. So, keeping this as the central claim in mind, so he wrote for theatre goers, not for readers. So, actors and audiences were important during the time period. And the plays had to work when spoken aloud. That is the policy he had used. In 1600, a sizable portion of the Londoners who regularly attended his plays were obviously representatives from clerks, apprentices, women, and artisans. And many of these people were not literate, so for them, listening skill was really high. The theatres were public bustling spaces. Imagine the globe surrounded by everyday city life, not this quiet library reading rooms. And when it comes to early modern England, it was an oral culture. People commonly read aloud. Images were very rare during the time period. Today, we are used to the visual media. We may find Shakespeare's long speeches and dense metaphors obviously alien. But when it comes to his audience, long speeches were normal and intelligible when spoken. And Shakespeare uses rhythm, repetition, and antithesis. These are the three major techniques that he had used to help his listeners follow the meaning. And those patterns act like signposts. Think of a political speech or jokes that use a recognizable rhythm to create meaning. Listen for these patterns when you read. Another major concern is vocabulary shifts across centuries. Obviously, words will change meaning, language is not static. So, words change meaning or disappear. And Shakespeare invented some words and used senses that now feel odd. For example, fond once could mean foolish, nice could mean fussy or shy. You will also meet some obsolete words like ruined or beshrew. Try to learn these as part of the historical texture. And Shakespeare tailors speech to character and situation. A king may speak plainly to show emotion. Others use pompous or sometimes highly complex language to reveal the character flaws. Comparing registers also will help you to understand the social rank, intent, and irony. The practical tips to read Shakespeare is read aloud. That is the first and foremost rule. It unlocks the rhythm. And don't stop at every unfamiliar word. Let the pronunciation guide you. If it is worse, try ignoring line endings at first and follow the sentence. Ask who speaks, to whom, and why do they want. These steps will definitely give you the sense even on the very first pass. And again, another important thing is watch for antithesis. Antitheses are paired opposites that clarify meaning by contrast. So also notice rhyming couplets and folk sayings. These verbal devices gave the audience of his time a quick handle on wisdom or some moral points. Another important aspect is spelling and punctuation. Please understand that those things weren't standardized in Shakespeare's time. Capitals and punctuation marks sometimes have either rhetorical nor grammatical roles. Read punctuation as performance cues. Pauses and emphasis, all these are important while reading Shakespeare. Shakespeare's metaphors and allegories also create vivid mental images that obviously replace props. Troilus calling Cresside a pearl that reveals the position and value he has. So, such images deepen the character without much stage decoration. Emblems, moral symbols, popular at the time, sometimes appears as verbal motives in place. For instance, the sieve associated with the Queen Elizabeth that symbolized chastity and judgment. And Shakespeare borrowed that emblematic language to make cultural points. So the medieval great chain of being that placed everything in a fixed hierarchy. Shakespeare both uses and critiques this worldview as commerce, science, and social mobility grew. He tried to dramatize the tension in characters who challenge these fixed ranks. In short, Shakespeare's language is performative, poetic, and political. To appreciate it, read aloud, look for patterns, and try to accept unfamiliar words as historical texture, and follow punctuation and the purpose of character. The reward is rich, it is sound, structure, and unexpected contemporary relevance. Thank you.